Today we're doing Module 4, Day 1. We're kind of taking Module 4 and shortening it up into fewer lessons to work on understanding area and how it relates to multiplication. So today's objective is to understand the foundations for understanding area. The materials needed for today are your online whiteboard or your whiteboard dry erase marker and dry eraser. And we're going to follow the teaching style where I do it, we do it together, and then you do it on your own. First up, we have an example here that I'm going to go over with you. It says use the unit squares to cover the rectangle. So here we have this gray rectangle and we have these blue squares, and we need to use these blue squares to cover the rectangle. The question it's asking is, what is the area of the rectangle? So we're measuring the area in square units because these are our squares. Okay, so that's our unit of measurement. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the squares and I'm going to line them up right next to each other to cover the rectangle. Now, notice how that one left a little bit of a space, so I'm going to want to scooch it over so there's not a space. You're also going to want to make sure that you don't overlap like that, okay? Because then you're not using a full square, okay? So when we're measuring, we need the full square because we're measuring in square units. Okay, now that I've covered the whole rectangle, I'm going to count the area in square units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the area of this rectangle is 9 square units. Okay, you might also sometimes see square written just as this, SQ for square. Okay, so now I want to have you try one with me. Okay, you are going to make a rectangle using the virtual manipulatives and then tell me what is the area. So you're going to message me the area in GoGuardian once you finish your rectangle. So after I show you my example, I'm going to send you this link. It's just a link to our manipulatives. We're going to be using this orange square just like the tiles I was just using. And all you're going to do is you're going to make your own shape. You can make it as big or as small as you would like, just keeping in mind for time. Okay, so there's my rectangle that I made. Notice how I'm doing my best to make sure that they're straight and in line and not overlapping without any gaps. Okay, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 square units. Okay, so if you made a rectangle like this, you would message me in GoGuardian and say, my area is 6 square units. Okay. So I'm going to give you about 1 minute. I'm going to send that link to your screen, and then I'll give you about 1 minute to go ahead and finish your rectangle and message me in GoGuardian the area of the rectangle you made. Okay, if you haven't already, make sure you message me the area of the rectangle that you made. Now we're going to move on to the homework part. You're going to be doing IXL skill DD9, which is tile a rectangle and find the area. So you're going to do something similar to what you saw me do, where it gives you the rectangle already. You have to take these square tiles and move them over to cover your rectangle and figure out how many of those unit squares it takes to cover the whole rectangle. And then you're going to count it and answer what is the area of the rectangle. And you're going to answer that in square units. Go ahead and begin.